Okay, Trump 24 or before. What does that mean to you?
He's already president. He's already president. He's our president.
Meaning Donald Trump is president now.
He's president now. I believe he is.
But how would that work? Because Joe Biden has been the president, right?
Obama's been the president. Obama said that he would like to run a third term if he could sit in his basement and call the shots, and that's exactly what he's doing.
But you just said that it's Obama's third term, but also that Trump is president.
He's calling the shots of all this mess that's going on right now and all the disasters that he's caused. Yeah.
But how is Obama calling the shots if Trump is still president?
Obama is sitting back and telling Biden what to do.
Well, what is Biden if he's not the president?
He's a bumbling fool right now.
But why would it matter if Obama was telling Biden what to do if Biden's not president?
Say that again.
We're taking faith lessons from Russia right now. Right now, I mean, I personally homeschooled my kids all the way through. Probably shows. But we're taking faith lessons from Russia right now. Don't tell kids that have always been born male and female, will always be born male and female, can only interact biologically as male and female. Don't tell them there's 61 genders. Don't tell them to cut anything off and stitch any dead meat back onto their skin and it's gonna make them a male. Here's your dead meat, it makes you a male. That's garbage. And Russia knows that? You're out of your stinking mind that Russia knows that. In my lifetime, I'm under 60 barely. That I know that Russia knows that. You can't groom kids. You can't have kids online connected with a mentor that's going to tell them how normal it is to get naked in front of people. We have groomers in the schools. I mean, there's case after case after criminal case. I'm not making this up. Every day, there's some kind of Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence arrested for kiddie porn every day. Why are they doing lap dances? Dressed as women, making fun of women, demeaning women, pretending to be women. And why am I on the way to being legally required to call that sick freak ma'am? I'll never do it. I'm happy to eat your stinking prison food because I'm never gonna call a dude in a dress ma'am. And our kids shouldn't be taught that crap.
I was talking about the presidential election. I'm just trying to get the answer on that. But where do you see that mandate coming from?
Where's that that mandate is coming from Satan, right? I mean, I don't know. Do you have any spiritual? It doesn't matter really if you do, right?
Doesn't matter. I'm just a guy with a mic right now.
That mandate's coming from Satan. Satan is the author of confusions.
Here are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. Third, we will ensure our classrooms are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful subjects. Virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year has gone to migrants. You know that? Most of the job creation has gone to migrants. In fact, I've heard that substantially more than beyond the number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that, but the government hasn't caught up with that yet.
Now, anybody who knows me and follows me knows that I've never, ever been one to shy away from saying that Republicans are incredibly unintelligent. And if they are intelligent, they're very misinformed. And if not that, then they just make dumb decisions on purpose.
I was in the school drop-off this morning, and I was standing next to this lady. And on my bag, I have things that, would clearly indicate that I voted differently than the majority of the country did. And she's just looking at me, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, here we go. But she looks at me, and I can tell she wants to say something, and I'm trying to brace myself for whatever it is she's gonna say, and I'm like trying to distract myself, talking to my kids, whatever. And she goes, I didn't know that Donald Trump wanted to take away the Affordable Care Act. I thought he was just going to get rid of Obamacare, and I was all for that. And I paused because I wasn't sure if she was joking or not. And then I say, those are the same thing. They're one and the same. And she goes, well, I didn't know that. And now I don't know if I'm going to have insurance for my kids or for myself.
So why are these economists so opposed to Trump's plan? Because the economic effects would be pretty terrible. This is a study done by Bloomberg Economics, and they found that Harris's plan did not have much change in either the GDP or inflation, which in a sense is a good thing at this point. But look at what Trump's plan would do. Trump's plan would cut the GDP by 8.9%. And let me put that in perspective for you. This is roughly twice the amount that the GDP went down during the financial crisis.
Wow.
So we would be looking at something between a recession and a depression. And interestingly, as I'm sure people know because we've talked about this many times, the tariffs would cause certainly a part of this. But the biggest cause, actually, of this drop are the mass deportations that Trump is talking about.
And it should come as no surprise to anybody that Donald Trump, the man who I love the poorly educated, is moving to defund not only public schools, but universities, libraries, museums, and, pretty much any other institution that can provide people with information, because we're in an idiocracy now. You don't want people with knowledge. You don't want people able to discern the good decision from the bad decision. I mean, what else do you want me to say? First and foremost, doing what I do and doing what we do. Trump supporters are always lobbing the worst insults at me, things I can't say on this video or else it'll get demonetized, but this is nothing new. Their entire movement is ran off bigotry and ignorance, but we're not supposed to call them stupid. We're not supposed to call them out for their ridiculousness, right? I mean, after everything that Donald Trump has done over the last decade, the whole last 10 years of politics in this country has been all about Donald Trump. And these people still voted for him, despite the fact that he ran the worst campaign anybody's ever seen. And after the election, there were a whole bunch of Google search results like, what's a tariff? What's going to be inside of Trump's deportation plans? How is it? You couldn't look this up beforehand. Which again, now while it's true that the Democrats have fallen short and yada yada blah blah blah, at the end of the day, America chose white supremacy over common sense. That is what happened.